9:15, welcome in. Tuesday. We just got done with a great meeting at the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. We got a great show for all of you guys today. Ray Hartmann joins us in 15 minutes. He'll be filling us in on his latest Substack and his thoughts on the way the world's going and all that fun stuff. Comes your way. In the 10 o'clock hour, we're going to be talking to Precision Point. Really excited to have Ben back on the show and getting his insights again and more opportunities for us to train and, get ready for those concealed carry classes and all that good stuff. We have a good Tuesday morning show. Sorry I missed you yesterday. The weirdest thing, got in here and out of nowhere, couldn't turn the darn board on. So, had to get a fix, and we had to reschedule some things, but we're moving along, and January's rocking and rolling now. Make sure you download the RiverBender.com app today as we get started this morning. Follow along with me for top-of-the-hour news. Then whenever you have the time, sign up for our daily email update. You can join myself and well over 90,000 people that are in the know each and every day of the work week and on Saturdays with Around the Riverbend. We'll take you right to Madison County first. Chris Rhodes is going to follow this one for us every step of the way. Jury selection is underway today in the murder trial of Keith A. Sanders, who was accused in the February 2024 shooting death of 13-year-old Renaya Stewart. Sanders faces 2 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor, all Class M felonies. Stewart was shot while standing on her porch and later died at a St. Louis area hospital. Prosecutors plan to introduce evidence linking Sanders to gang-related activity, highlighting ongoing social media feuds at that time and a dispute between rival gangs as possible motives. The trial expected to, of course, reveal more details about the case as it progresses. Also in the news today, 2 Riverbend residents, Jared Isringhausen, 39 of Bunker Hill, and Terry Swan, 43 of Gillespie, face new felony charges following a storage unit break-in in Brighton. This occurred a few days ago on January the 6th. Both men were charged on January the 8th with burglary and felon in possession of a weapon. Swan also faces charges for possession of burglary tools, while Isringhausen is charged with unlawful possession of methamphetamine. The pair allegedly cut the storage unit lock to commit theft, and they're found with brass-knuckled knives. They have been released pre-trial with strict conditions, including travel restrictions and weapon prohibitions. All defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and Chris and Dalton will follow this one for us, too, at RiverBender.com/news. Also in the news today, early Sunday morning, deputies from the St. Clair County Sheriff's Office responded to a 911 call about a violent disturbance involving a male suspect attacking family members with a knife on Old Collinsville Road in Belleville. Now, upon arrival, deputies did encounter the armed suspect, prompting one deputy to discharge their weapon, striking the individual. The suspect transported to a local hospital in serious but stable condition at the time of the publication. Sheriff Richard Watson requested the Illinois State Police Zone 6 Investigations Division to conduct an independent investigation into the officer-involved shooting, which remains active. Further updates will be released by the Illinois State Police. Also in the news today, Sarah McGibney was honored on January the 8th with a proclamation declaring Sarah McGibney Day in Alton. It celebrated her nearly 20 years as executive director of Alton Main Street. Her leadership has been central to the revitalization of downtown Alton since 2006. The event, held at Good News Brewing, also recognized local businesses and volunteers for their contributions. Mayor David Goins praised McGibney's dedication to the community and development, historical preservation, and public safety initiatives behind her professional work. She has been active in environmental stewardship and cultural arts. And you can see more at RiverBender.com/news on that profile. Finally, in the news today, in regional news, Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul, alongside Secretary of State Alexi Giannoulias and the City of Chicago, they filed a lawsuit in the United States District Court targeting Customs and Border Protection, ICE, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, and Border Patrol agent Gregory Bovino for allegedly tampering with license plates within Illinois. The lawsuit challenges the unlawful swapping or altering of state-issued plates, a practice strictly prohibited under Illinois law. In response, the Secretary of State's office launched the Plate Watch hotline last year, receiving hundreds of tips leading to confirmed investigations and immediate actions. We'll keep you updated on this lawsuit through our AP partnership at RiverBender.com/news under the Associated Press tab. Let's take a look at weather today. 55 degrees. It don't feel like January out there, but get ready for tomorrow. Feels like 52 out there today. Breezy with clouds and sunshine today and tonight. There will be a shower this evening. Otherwise, just clouds in the sky and a typical winter-looking evening. Air quality right now is at 48, which is good, but the mold count starting to creep up with all that moisture and precipitation around us, 543 and growing. That'll continue to rise throughout the next couple of days. Here's what the next 5 look like. Today, temperatures reach 59 degrees, but drop down to 35 overnight as we head into Wednesday. Now, on Wednesday, it's a high of 39 degrees and a low of 16. And on Wednesday morning, there could be a period of rain or even some rain-snow showers in spots. And then by Wednesday night, those clear out and temperatures drop to 16 degrees. On Thursday, a high of 32, a low of 26 degrees. And on Friday, a high of 40, a low of 20, just clouds in the sky. On Saturday's your next chance of seeing something happening out there. A little bit of snow on Saturday morning. Otherwise, just cloudy, breezy, and colder. Temperatures reach 27 degrees on Saturday and drop down to 13 overnight as we head into Sunday, and that's a look at your next 5 days. You can always stay up to date in real time all the time by calling 618-465-4545. That's the time and temp line, this time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent, or you can also download the RiverBender.com app today. 55 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 53 out there. Before we take a quick break, let me fill you in on King Air Conditioning. You know, really cool right now. They have a free April Air power humidifier installation with Evolution and Preferred full system purchases. This ends at the end of the month, January 31st, but that's a heck of a deal. I mean, think about this. You can create a healthy home, especially as you start off 2026. You know, April Air humidifiers are part of the healthy air system. They raise your humidity to the next level for health, comfort, and home preservation. That's a big deal, especially around here. I mean, we all have those. Not all of us, but a good portion of us that are homeowners have that, you know, humidity issue, that moisture problem. And, you know, at 21 gallons per day, the April Air 720 humidifier delivers the industry's highest capacity to meet your humidification needs faster than ever. And think about this. It takes 60% less wastewater. I mean, that's a big deal. It's 2 times more efficient. This is something you don't want to miss out on. It's that free April Air power humidifier installation with Evolution or Preferred full system purchase. I mean, that's a big one at King Air Conditioning and Heating. That's kingairconditioningheating.com. That's kingairconditioningheating.com, and you can call 618-466-7574. That's King Air, CONDHEATING.com. That's their website, or just click on the RiverBender.com wallpaper today. One final note on King Air Conditioning and Heating. I mean, think about this, 50 years of service, but also what I think so cool, and we've had them on the show before talking about this, a purchase of every install is donated back to a local charity with this initiative too, and I think that it's something they do so well. You know, and every month they always find a local organization or some type of way to keep giving back to the 618. You can learn more about King Air Conditioning online by clicking on the RiverBender.com wallpaper today. All right, let's get this morning going. We got a couple of minutes till we get to talk to Ray Hartmann. His Substack's blowing up in such a great way. A lot of people reading it, and just some good material on there. We'll get his insights right after this one, Around the Bend. You stay there. I'll be here, RiverBender.com, Roku TV. It's our daily show. Wednesday morning continues next.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today. to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today. Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu. When you need a project done right, on budget, and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate I wanted to come back. Make sure you check out Dan and all of his great flag installation kits at theflagkeeper.com. Back in with Ray Hartmann. It's been a while, man. How are you doing?
Hey, man. How you doing?
Starting off the new year slow. I feel like it's like a Groundhog Day at this point. But January's always one of those months, you know?
Yep, it is.
Well, your Substack's doing really well, and it's been interesting to follow. You know, how has it been? Just before we talk about your latest pieces and all of that, just with Substack and the latest since we talked last.
I like it. It's called Ray Hartmann's Soapbox. If anybody wants to find it, that's all you got to type in and into the internets, and that'll the World Wide Web, as people of my age like to say. Doing fine. Am I hearing an echo? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I like doing it. It's just sort of a labor of love in a lot of ways. But, I get to vent 3 days a week.
Well, and take me through your latest piece or in the latest couple, because you've had a lot of subject matter to write about lately.
Yeah, I was very critical of the Democratic Party. I don't know if you saw last Friday. Hold on one second. I seem to be getting an echo here. You there?
Yep, I'm here.
Sorry, I don't know this radio thing that well. Apparently, I've heard about it, and I'm so old. I remember before when it was first created. Last Friday, the Democratic Party, under Chuck Schumer, who I call the human reading glasses, they issued a statement that said, all we're going to talk about in 2026 is affordability and the economy, and we're going to say it over and over and over. And I'm like, are you folks not aware? Have you no self-awareness whatsoever? I mean, the idea that we're dealing with watching our democracy, fall apart before our eyes. We're having women, a woman was shot in the head by the ICE secret police, and our federal government not only forbid somehow, I don't know how they did it, the state and local officials from investigating it, and not only are they not investigating the ICE agent who basically, it looks like, murdered this woman who was driving away, but they want to investigate all the left-wing organizations in Minneapolis. Their idea of a civil rights investigation now is to see who convinced this woman to be, have her car, and she wasn't impeding anybody. She was trying to drive away. They want to go after the organizations in Minneapolis. So I mean, we're beginning to live in a police state, and for real. And we're also living in a time when our country is being disgraced by having a president who's trying to emulate Napoleon, and we're like, whatever you think of arresting Maduro in Venezuela. I'm not wild about that. I wasn't wild about when we do it with Noriega, but there's at least an argument about that.
Sure.
But the idea that Donald Trump's declared himself president of Venezuela and we're stealing their oil, and now we want to go to war with NATO, basically, at Greenland. We're losing our mind. This is really serious stuff. This is not the Chicken Little stuff anymore, CJ. This is really pretty awful, and I think a lot of Americans are just numb to it. But the idea that the Democrats' response to this is basically to say we want to talk about affordability. It's kind of like a bad dream.
Well, and see, this is where I find it more fascinating than anything. You're preaching to I feel like the proverbial choir on this. Is just there's a huge disconnect when it comes to. It seems like what a lot of the Democratic voters want compared to what party leadership wants, and honestly, it's really not that different on the Republican side of things either right now. It's like they're both waving their hands like Leslie Nielsen and Naked Gun, saying nothing to see here, nothing to see here. Let's hammer affordability and let's not talk about any of the things we really could grab a hold of and campaign on.
I think you're right. And Gen Z calls it Delulu. I told my kids. Are you Gen Z? I think you're just. You're just.
I'm kind of a
barely
hybrid.
outside of
I'm
Gen
like
Z.
right at the border.
You're close enough. No, I mean, it's like I said, this is like the house is burning down and we're having coffee with the decorators in the kitchen right now. I mean, it's like, what do we, that was just a line in my thing, but I mean, it's like, and again, you don't even have to agree politically with someone like myself who's on the left of the spectrum a bit, not as far as some people are, but it's not about that. I don't think the average American wants us to be marauding around the country. I mean, the world, threatening dictators, having trade wars. This is the polar opposite of what Donald Trump talked about when he ran, not only in 16 but 20, about not being against nation building and forever wars. That's one of the reasons he got a lot of support in 16 was there were people that felt that both the Democrats and Republicans were too aggressive about involving America in in some things, and it was sort of the globalism, and that there was sort of an isolation streak. And I don't know that we've ever. This kind of goes beyond imperialism. It's too corrupt just to call it imperial. We're basically saying that. I mean, we literally are saying out loud that country has wonderful natural resources, including oil. I'm talking about Venezuela. We want it, and we're going to take it. It's like, what is that? What are we doing?
Well, and see, does it feel like a midterm year to you? I mean, to me, it just doesn't seem like we're all at anyone's. And I know it's early in January. I mean, I get it, but it just seems like it really just does not have the same umph as normal other, like the last midterm Trump was a part of when they lost.
Well, one of the reasons is, and I referred to this in my piece, I'm not sure we're having elections. I know people think they're going to say what they want to say. I'm telling you, you can take note of, and I don't. I'm not exactly great at predictions, but I mean, I'm not. If anybody watched me on Donnybrook for 37 years, they know not to trust my predictions. I don't want to call it a prediction, CJ, but I will say this. I think there is a much greater danger that we will have the elections postponed this year than people realize. Because if Donald Trump is every so often he'll say something out loud that you ought to listen to. He has acknowledged publicly that he will be impeached. He just said it. If the Democrats take the House, do you think, given what you know about Donald Trump now, that he's going to let that happen?
That's a good point. I mean, it really, and that's really, that is the kind of Republican fighting call this time around. Is if we lose, it's over.
And understand something. We don't. I wasn't no fan of William Barr, the previous Attorney General, but there were people like Barr, like the various military leaders who, like Milley, you name it, the people who were in the first term of the Trump administration, who were the so-called guardrails and who reined in Donald Trump. Not only do the people or the folks around him, like Pete Hegseth and Stephen Miller and J.D. Vance, frankly, and Marco Rubio and Christine Noem, all these people, and particularly Noem and Miller, they realize that if Trump goes down and we return to any kind of normalcy, they could be looking at criminal prosecutions for what they're doing. I mean, they really could. I'm not saying anything more than that. They have a great deal to lose when Donald Trump loses. I mean, they should have a great fear of the unknown of what might happen to them in terms of the criminal justice system if any kind of normalcy returns to the country. Okay.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, so they are his folks around him aren't just enablers now. They are actually co-conspirators. I mean, they are in a spot where they need to be as concerned for their future. And I'm talking about a whole lot of people that realize their backs are to the wall, and it's not like Donald Trump's doing this by himself anymore. So, and I'm not accusing anybody specifically of anything. I'm just saying it's not like it's just one guy. He's got a whole team of people who have a great deal of skin in this game.
Well, and see, this is where it becomes even more fascinating. Is past midterms is the whole 2028 conversation. With everything, because we don't really know who the Democratic front runner is going to be. We don't know really who the Republican front runner is going to be. Everyone keeps saying it's Vance or it's going to be Rubio. You never know. Ted Cruz is already positioned, and you got everyone else. It could be a
Josh Hawley.
Yeah. Well, he's running to that race, Ray. I actually heard he got his shoes on and he's ready to keep running.
But I don't underestimate Josh Hawley as a politician. Let me tell you.
That's true. But it's just, it's interesting. You know what I'm saying? There's not really, for for this whole movement that's built, this is where I do find it as just a complete independent thought is, what does the Republican Party look like post-Trump? Do they continue with it? Can they? And then on the Democratic side is what's the vision? Because Chuck Schumer ain't working. This idea is just not, it's not bringing people out.
Yeah, I think it's too early to tell. Obviously, I would say if it were tomorrow, I would say Gavin Newsom has a fairly, probably would be, I would guess, the early favorite, but that doesn't necessarily mean a lot. It means something. A lot of early favorites on both sides of the party, both sides of the aisle have fizzled. Certainly, Rudy Giuliani was one, and before Bush. In 2008, actually, before McCain. But and there's others. I mean, the Democrats, Howard Dean didn't last too long as a front runner. There's just a lot of folks like that. But I don't know. I think it's way too early to even think about what a post-Trump era would look like. I mean, I've seen things people say, "Oh, it's going to return." I do. You got to remember something. As much of a nightmare as we're going through, some of the Donald Trump arguably exploited the feelings. He didn't necessarily create them. Okay, so we've been having this kind of. You go back to 2010 and the Tea Party, which seems very civil compared to what we got now. But a lot of the xenophobia, for example, and the fear of immigrants and stuff preceded Donald Trump. He just sort of, he was, as demagogues do, he was able to capitalize on it. See it happening in Europe today with various right-wing politicians.
Well, and see, this is where it gets it. When do you see the messaging start to, I guess, turn up a little bit when it comes to the midterms? Because primaries are always interesting anymore. I mean, to me, it's just you got to get out of a primary in a tough district or a gerrymandered one. It's harder than the general. Where do you see it? Where do you see that message get inflated?
The only thing I see for sure is me not running again for Congress. I just don't know, CJ. I could try to answer that, but I don't know. I really, what's happened just in the last month is at such an accelerated pace, and I don't know if people are getting that. I mean, we've gone from, there's been a lot of pearl clutching, hand wringing, bedwetting, whatever you want to call it, for the last year since Trump was elected. Understand, we're not even at the 1 year point of the Trump administration. Right. I mean, we are in a couple of weeks, or next week, I guess. But I got to tell you, what's happened just in the last 30 days is really taking us to a different level. And I don't know what's happening. I kind of worry that people are numb and don't, the way the news cycles work. I mean, just think in the last 30 days, he's fundamentally taken over CBS News. Okay. I mean, he's fundamentally, we've basically, with really no provocation, taken over. I mean, whatever you think of Maduro, it's like we've basically seized Venezuela's oil. Okay. And said so.
Right.
I mean, and we have had ICE double down on attacking Americans, and by the way, terrorizing immigrants, many of whom are illegal, in cities that have the misfortune of being located in Democratic states. Understand, they're not doing this in Republican states. Okay, it's blatantly partisan. It's we will punish you in Seattle or Portland or Minneapolis or Chicago. These are all cities with Democratic mayors and Democratic governors. They're not even pretending that it's not.
Well,
I mean, they're not doing ice raids, as far as we know. You don't hear really about ice raids in Texas, do you? I'm sure there may be stuff. I shouldn't say that, but not like this.
Well, and see, this is where, I mean, the bigger question is, and I guess not really a bigger question, but do you think, just as what I thought about the other, I mean, as much people who don't like Nancy Pelosi is a polarizing figure, but it seemed like there was just at least more of a consistent message and a consistent, angle for midterms and for all these elections.
Yeah.
And it just seems like now there's really no true, there's leadership, but maybe it shows you it's not as good as it should be.
Oh, there's no question she's missed. And I mean, Hakeem Jeffries seems like a really good man, but I'm not sure he's up to this moment. And I am positive Chuck Schumer isn't. And I mean, he isn't. I mean, his heart's in the right place, but if Chuck Schumer didn't exist, the Republicans would need to invent him. I mean, he is I'm sorry. He needs to just move on. I mean, and I say that of being a certain age. He needs to let some new blood come, and he's not helping at all. I will say he somehow, I mean, I don't even understand how he keeps the support he has in the Senate, but that may speak more to the lack of purpose and forcefulness and seriousness of the Democrats in the Senate. I mean, if you listen to them individually, if you listen to Senator Kuhn, or you watch them, they're articulate and they're really great. But the point is, collectively, they just can't,
get out of their own damn way,
Yeah. I mean, and again, Blumenthal, for example, these are really brilliant people, but they just, I don't know what happens to them, but they individually, again, you watch a Blumenthal being interviewed on TV, he's brilliant. I mean, he's great and he says all the right things. But at the end of the day, they fall back in line. I didn't hear a single one protest. I wrote this piece, like I said, I couldn't believe it. I just said, are Democrats not sick of losing? I mean, they really think that in this environment where we're talking about ice raids, when we're talking about I mentioned Epstein.
Yeah.
I mean, Donald Trump is so guilty of something that he has gone completely to the mat. I mean, completely to the mat in terms of keeping anything out from suppressing the Epstein files. There's no way he's not guilty of something. I don't know what it is, but you just don't go to that when you're a narcissist like he is. The idea that he's looking out for other people is just laughable.
Well, that's why I like.
So I don't know. You got Epstein. You got this our war with all our allies, which of course helps Vladimir Putin. We virtually abandoned Ukraine. I mean, these are real crises in the world, and we're not. And obviously the domestic terrorizing of millions of Americans, and we're like, I don't know what to say to people. It's like, I know that people, particularly like me, have been guilty of hyperbole. I remember when I thought George W. Bush was the worst president ever. God, seriously. I mean, he looks like Abe Lincoln right now.
Well, and see, that's where it just goes back to goes back to this point that you made, is just, there's all these, to me, these other things that Democrats and Democratic voters and even independent voters are talking about. in some way, shape, or form. And it's like, again, it's just for whatever reason, let's just ignore the voter and just stick to what these party. I hate to say it's not party elite, but I mean it kind of is. Let's stick to what we know best, and this is let's drive home affordability from Chuck Schumer because we're going to fall in line with them anyway.
It's just, I'm sorry if this. When you're talking about affordability, first of all, both parties do this, where they blame the other, and this isn't a partisan statement. A president doesn't really impact prices the way people, including the mainstream media, acts like it. I mean, there's so many external factors, often internationally grounded, to what causes inflation or what drives unemployment, and again, and I'm no economist, it's above my pay grade. The point is, it's a bunch of complex factors that you can't just say, well, gee, inflation's down under Joe Biden, he must have done great. Or, gee, now it's up under Joe Biden, he's horrible. I mean, it isn't that simple. Okay. And it's on both sides. I'm not saying that as a partisan. If the economy's bad under Donald Trump, it may not be Donald Trump's fault. I mean, that's just the fact. And so this whole concept that you're in office, the economy's bad, I want you out of office, whether it's Trump or Biden or whoever, is a little bit oversimplified, to be honest about it.
Yeah.
But even if it is Trump's fault, even if you say with the tariffs or this or that caused my, the price of broccoli to go up. Well, if the Democrats make it about that, they're normalizing all the rest of this stuff as if it isn't happening. And that's what's driving me crazy, CJ. I mean, it's like, hello.
Well, to me, it's a dangerous.
Are you guys not seeing what's happening?
To me, it's a dangerous game. Like, just going back to this before, just on top of it, it's dangerous because you can't, like you said, there's a lot of factors. So to go and campaign and say, hey, your grocery prices are going to be down, all these things are going to change. I mean, you better hope for a damn miracle, because what's going to happen whenever you have your voters in your district coming knocking on your door, calling you 100,000 times a month, saying, why is it even more out of my reach now than it was when you got into office? It's dangerous.
Yeah, but I'd settle for that problem.
I guess.
I'm talking about the fact that I don't think they understand that you're dealing with a man right now who I think is unstable. I don't think there's much question about that. And I do not think he is prepared to allow another thing we haven't even talked about is gerrymandering. Now, look, both parties gerrymander. No one has ever done what Trump's doing. I mean, he's gone around the country and said explicitly, we need to win this election. We need to gerrymander. I mean, to the point where he threatened Missouri. He forced Missouri above the objections of Mike Keogh, the governor, and a lot of Republicans, to take away Emanuel Cleaver's seat in Kansas City. I mean, they just forced him. And the Republicans went along. They expressed great reservation at the beginning for about 5 minutes, and just said, we can't stand up to the pressure. Yeah. And so we've got to gerrymander, say whether, and I don't know what the courts are going to do. I have a feeling it's not going to go through still. It may stay the way it is. Well, I mean, I ran in the second district, the people running in the second district, and I'm not getting involved in it, really don't know what district they're running in right now. Because if the old map holds up, they know it. But in the new map, my understanding is the second district where I ran is and currently live would be in fact, I wouldn't be living in it. But I mean, and again, I gave it my shot, but I'm staying out of that.
It's just terrible. Well, the gerrymander, it's just going to get to the point, like we said earlier, and keep saying, is you got to get out of your primary, and then you'll be fine. But it's just, it's we'll see. But I every time somebody talks about the elections in November, I just keep thinking, I really don't think Donald Trump is at the age he's at.
is prepared to lose in 26. And I think if you look at everything he does and says, and all the profanity and all the threats and all the horrible, these everybody's kind of used to all these tweet storms in the middle of the night. I got to tell you something. We're really dealing with a very troubled individual, and not only is his back to the wall in his mind, but all of his folks around him. And I think this is a very serious situation that people ought to be thinking about. And that is, it's when you ask the simple question, what do the Democrats have to do to win? I think they got to get tougher.
Yeah.
And realize that there might not be elections unless they grow a spine. I don't know. We'll see. I just don't. I feel like, again, I keep coming back to that analogy, but the working, talking to the decorator while the house on fire. But I mean, it's like, I just don't think it's, I don't think it's sunk in that how serious the situation is right now. And it's way beyond your politics. I'm sure you have listeners who are conservatives just as much as liberal. And even if you liked MAGA and the ideas of it, you ought to be thinking about, as an American, is this what we want? Because the Democrats could get, who knows if there is a Democratic comeback. I don't think most people, I certainly wouldn't favor Democrats wielding this kind of power.
Well, it creates a power, and that's one bigger question is the precedent it sets, and that's one for another day. Ray Hartmann, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Sorry to be such a Debbie Downer.
No, it's okay. Ray Hartmann Soapbox is where.
Thank you for having me on, CJ. It's Ray Hartmann Soapbox. If anybody wants to check it out,
and we'll link all that in a write-up on RiverBender.com. We'll come back top of the hour news right around the corner on RiverBender.com and Apple Podcasts.
Struggling with depression that just won't go away? At Precision TMS, we offer a non-invasive, drug-free treatment designed to target the areas of the brain linked to mood regulation. Using FDA-cleared transcranial magnetic stimulation, gentle magnetic pulses help reactivate underperforming brain circuits without surgery or sedation. Many patients experience real relief, even after other treatments haven't worked. Our experienced team provides personalized care every step of the way. Contact Precision TMS today to see if TMS therapy is right for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
$10:02, top of the hour news. Here's what you need to know on your Tuesday morning daily show. It's CJ Dinsella with you. RiverBender.com, Roku TV. Make sure you download the RiverBender.com app today. Here's what we're following today. And this one we'll be following for quite some time. Jury selection is underway in the murder trial of Keith Sanders, accused in that February 2024 shooting death of 13-year-old Renaya Stewart. Sanders faces 2 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Those are all Class M felonies. Prosecutors plan to introduce evidence linking Sanders to gang activity, highlighting an ongoing social media feud and dispute between rival gangs as possible motives. Trial is expected to reveal more details about the case as it progresses. We'll keep you updated every step of the way. Also in the news today, 2 Riverbend residents, Jared Isringhausen, 39 of Bunker Hill, and Terry Swan, 43 of Gillespie, both face new felony charges following a storage unit break-in in Brighton on January the 6th. Both men were charged on the 8th of January with burglary and felon in possession of a weapon. Swan also faces charges for possession of burglary tools, while Isringhausen is charged with unlawful possession of methamphetamine. The pair allegedly cut the storage unit lock to commit that theft, and were found with a brass-knuckled knife at the time of their detention. They have been released pre-trial with strict conditions, including travel restrictions and weapon prohibitions. All defendants remain presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. We will follow this one for you at RiverBender.com/news. Let's take you to positive news. The Civic Memorial High School girls cheerleading team recently earned second place at the Illinois Cheerleading Coaches Association 2A varsity state competition in Springfield, finishing just behind Highland and ahead of Jacksonville. The team's strong showing highlights their ongoing commitment to excellence under Coach Kylie Helflin. McKenna Weimeyer was honored as an all-state cheerleader, and the squad was named Tom Lane State Farm Insurance Athletes of the Month. Organizers celebrated the achievement as a testament to the team's hard work and dedication, and other top teams included Waterloo, Triad, Marion among the top 8 finishes. Also, More positive news today. Sophie Hull, a senior at Alton High School, has been recognized as the Hainer Public Library District Student of the Month for her outstanding achievements. Hull, who serves as editor-in-chief of the yearbook and is active in multiple clubs, including Spanish Club and National Honor Society, balances academics, extracurriculars, and a part-time job with impressive dedication. A competitive dancer for 9 years and a member of the school's dance team, she also teaches dance and tumbling classes to children. Sophie maintains high honor roll status every semester and plans to attend the University of Kansas to study speech pathology, aiming to become a pediatric speech pathologist. And for more Student of the Month recognitions, we have a whole slew of them each and every month. You can see those at RiverBender.com/news under the Student Spotlight tab. 10:05, let's take a look at weather. It's getting colder out there. That's interesting. 49 degrees. It feels like 47 out there. Today, breezy with clouds and sunshine. They should have put a note in here. It will get cooler as the day goes on. Tonight, a shower this evening, otherwise just cloudy, but get a load of tomorrow. Listen to this. Today, temperatures are only going to reach 59 degrees, and it looks like we already did that and drop down to 35 overnight as we head into Wednesday. On Wednesday, they're calling for a chance of a rain-snow mix, high of 39, a low of 17. Now, they're calling for low clouds on Wednesday morning, again with that rain or snow shower in spots throughout the Riverbend region. On Wednesday night, just clear but cold, 17 degrees as we head into Thursday. On Thursday, a high of 32, a low of 28, no clouds in the sky. But on Friday, we'll see partly cloudy skies, a high of 42, a low of 20. And then on Saturday, we see highs just hit 24 degrees and drop back down to 13 overnight as we head into Sunday. That's a look at your next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. 49 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 47 out there for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back. Rehab, recover, and return home. Hey, while I have you, new friend of the show, we just had Tom on last week. What a great conversation with him and Jake. So many times we talk about and we do a great job on this show talking about ways we can combat depressions and anxieties and OCDs and combat and tackle mental health issues. We've done it with Centerstone. We've done it with we've done it with all of them. Now we're doing this with Precision TMS. And let me fill you in. This is where I find this so fascinating. If you're somebody that maybe tried the mental health medications, and they kind of made you feel like a zombie. Maybe they just didn't, they changed you as a person. It wasn't you living your life. Have you thought about Precision TMS? We just talked to Tom the other day. This is FDA approved. And, TMS is really interesting. It's all about transcranial magnetic stimulation. What does that mean? Well, it's a non-invasive procedure that uses magnetic fields to stimulate nerves in the brain to improve symptoms of depression. Now, I know what you're thinking, because I did too on my first conversation with Tom. Is this kind of like, where they do the electrification, and they use they don't zap you. This is literally all through magnetic stimulation. It's really easy. You can drive yourself to your appointment. There's no problem there. TMS is typically used when other depression treatments just really haven't been effective. This treatment for depression involves delivering repetitive magnetic pulses, so it's called repetitive TMS or RTMS. Now, it's done because for some people, standard treatments in depression just aren't enough. And repetitive TMS is typically used when standard treatments such as medication and talk therapy just aren't really cutting it. During an RTMS session, an electromagnetic coil, it's placed on your scalp near your forehead. And then it painlessly delivers a magnetic pulse that stimulates nerve cells in the region of your brain involved in mood control and depression. We had Jake on. He's a veteran of our country and has been, through so much. And it was incredible to hear his story. He's a friend of mine. He's a friend of the show. But I had no idea. And he was in a rut that, just because he said it, I'll share it again just to kind of drive home why I'm really wanting you to look into this. We all get to that point if you're going through the depression thing where it's just like, whatever happens, right? It's just, you're not necessarily in, a state of crisis, but you aren't living anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's where he saw Precision TMS. He heard about it. He never looked back. And, all the great things that are coming back into his life. Now, you can see that interview at RiverBender.com/daily show to really get a sense of this. But to learn more for yourself, if you're someone that's out there and the Prozacs of the world or the Serotellins, the fluoxetine, whatever you took, whatever you're taking, it ain't working. You're tired of maybe feeling like you're just a zombie. Take a look at this. I mean, like I said, FDA-approved treatment, and he works with major insurance providers. He'll work with you. If you're a veteran, first responder, teacher out there, you name it, they'll work with you on a discount as well. You can learn more at PrecisionTMS.org. That's PrecisionTMS.org. Don't forget to tell them that CJ sent you over their way. Quick break. Daily Show continues at 10:10 on this Tuesday morning after this.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu. When you need a project done right, on budget, and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Back, Daily Show. Jackie Spiker in the studio now. You know, the last time we talked, we had like tens of thousands watch that interview. It was pretty great. It was incredible.
Oh, wow. That's good. That's a good thing.
Well, and since then, I got a chance to go out and see your facility.
Yep.
What a great spot you have. I mean, that really is a sanctuary for your dogs.
Yes. It's full of enrichment opportunities.
Well, and what I think so cool is that you're so attentive to the animals, and the volunteers are too, that, I mean, you guys go above and beyond, and just seeing, you know, the walks that every dog was taking on their different paths and all their different...
see that. Yeah.
It's really cool, and it truly goes back to, I was saying it earlier on the show, Jackie, a true rescue, because that to me is what I envision as a rescue.
Right, and there are two terms. I mean, there's the rescue, and then there's a shelter.
Yeah. And
usually shelters operate an open to the public facility where they have staff and things like, and not everybody's in it for the same thing.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons we wanted to be volunteer-based, because those people are there because it's in their heart.
Right. And they actually want to do it.
And it shows. Those dogs love those volunteers. You know, you can tell.
And I love seeing the posts that they make about, you know, the dogs that they work with. And we're still going to find Crispin a home.
Crispin has some interest.
Does he?
And since he met your dog and was a turd, we have been working with him.
How's that going?
And he has made several friends.
No way.
I think his reaction was all fear-based.
Yep. Because he was the best. I didn't tell him the story.
He is so sweet with people, but he does not have any social skills with dogs.
The reason I saw your facility was because we walked into Petco one day and Crispin was there.
Yep.
If you could see a dog with flow, it's that dog. The coat on him is beautiful. He's the most gorgeous dog I've seen. And you know, we thought everything was great. And then again, though, it goes back to why you do things so proactively, because if I would have brought Crispin home,
you'd have had a dog fight. You could have gotten
been
bit.
bad. It would have been bad.
Who knows? But that's why we supervise every interaction, because it is important. We don't want to be a place where you go, you walk in, you pick a dog, you have to adopt that dog right there. If it doesn't work out, you're stuck with a dog. You have to rehome. There's no...
And then you look like the bad person when, you know...
Right, and then shelters bash you because you return... Well, I'm sorry, but in our view, our idea of a good place to adopt a dog is somebody who backs you up.
Yep.
Okay, we want you to commit to that dog for the rest of that dog's life. It is our job to make sure we send you home with a dog that does work in your environment. 100%. And we will do whatever it takes, even if it means we don't have an adoption.
Yeah.
Because one bad experience...
It's bad.
It's bad. And it's told to everybody, oh, man, I got a dog there and they were mean. You don't hear that about us. We don't do that.
Well, and I just thought it was so cool, and that's why I didn't even tell them, because I was more worried about Nico being a jerk, you know. And
Nico was not a jerk. He was a good dog.
And that's what. So when I called my Jackie afterwards, I said, "Yeah, not good." And she goes, "How bad was Nico?" And I'm like, "You will not believe this."
It was not Nico.
Because he's used to
it. Not.
But Crispin, I love the fact that we're talking about this now, because he's working, got some good friends going. That's
yes,
great for him.
He is starting to learn to play. See, what I didn't realize until I went back in his history, we got him from a kill facility.
Yeah.
And it was a shelter, not an animal control. He had run out of time. A lot of shelters have a checkout date, and you check out whether you're alive or dead.
Yeah.
Okay, they have this amount of time to find a home. If they don't, they're euthanized, because they accept pets from the general public.
Yeah.
And you cannot do that without euthanasia. And it's a sad fact of life, but if more people were responsible, it wouldn't need to be that way. So he was in a shelter when he was 10 weeks old. So he's never been
around
in a home.
Yeah.
The only thing he knows is people, because that's who's handled him his whole life. That's why he's got such a good flow with two-leggeds and not four-leggeds.
You would have never guessed it either. I mean, him at Petco is it, but it's just the fact, though, and it goes back to, you need to work with, in my opinion, individuals like yourself and your staff that are very, very serious about this, because this is a serious decision. It's not, you know,
it shouldn't be taken lightly. The problem is it is, and that's how we ended up in this situation where you need shelters, where you have a country that euthanizes 6 million animals a year just because they don't have a home. It's huge numbers.
Wow.
It's because we treat them like possessions and property, not other living beings.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I mean, I am starting to realize that my dog owns my home. And
he does. He's got you trained.
Yeah, and you know, and that's, to me though, I hear that stuff, and maybe for everyone else that treats our animals just like you and I do, we're like, whoa, that happens out there, but it happens 9 times out of 10, not 1 out of 10.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
exactly,
and that's why it's so important to support Hope and all of what you guys do.
Thank you.
And just like we all can do on Saturday, January the 17th.
Yep.
At 6 p.m. is when the doors open. 7 p.m. is when the trivia starts, and this is a big deal for you guys, correct?
Yeah, we do this trivia each year. Have done it 18, 19 years. We finally had to move into Collinsville at the Madison County Firemen's Hall because it holds 1,000 people.
Yep.
And there was nothing in our area that would hold that many people. Everywhere we went, we started filling it up, and we'd have to be sold out. Well, when you sell out, you limit the amount of money you can earn.
Yeah.
So we went there because it is huge, and we probably will never sell out. I don't know. I would like to. It holds 100 teams. We usually get 50 to 60. I think one time we had 67 teams.
Wow.
So that's 670 people just playing trivia. We have a silent auction. We do raffles. We do a 50-50, which 50% is always over 1,000. So it raises 25,000.
And it's good to say that because it goes right back into the facility. You're
Correct.
one of the only few that can truly say this is donor driven. This is going right back into the care of the dogs.
Correct. The Burley family, who has been with us for a long time.
How did that happen? Can I ask that?
Yeah, you sure can. It's a great story. I love to tell this story.
And we're talking about Mark Burley, who actually is one of the greatest pitchers of our decade. Threw a perfect game with the White Sox and everything.
Oh, yeah, a couple no-hitters.
Yeah.
I mean, he's something. He can't go there. Everybody knows him.
Right.
He needs bodyguards.
Yeah.
Here, nobody really knows him. He gets to be a normal guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and they live in St. Charles. So they're very active in their community. Their kids go to schools. They play sports. They're a very, very good family. But back in 2008, that's how long they've been with us. Around Thanksgiving, we get a lot of emails from families that want to donate to shelters.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's the joy of giving season, you know. And I got an email from this woman, and they were coming through town, and they wanted to drop off some donations to Hope Rescues. So I set up the visit, and they came, and this is when we were foster-based. We really didn't have a place. And I owned Club Paws, the doggy daycare. So that's where I work to get income. We don't get paid. The directors do not get paid. And not everybody's like that, but that's how we work. So this family pulled up at Club Paws. The whole back of their SUV was full of toys, beds, dog treats. I mean, you name it. It was full.
They had it.
It was full. I'm not kidding. I don't know how they saw out the window back there. They couldn't have. And they came in, and they were super nice, and they handed us a $3,500 check, I believe it was. And at that time, we had a beagle who had parvo, a puppy that we had rescued, and she was at the vet. And I was overwhelmed by this gift because it paid her vet bill. And I was stressing trying to figure out how we were going to pay her vet bill to save her life. And she felt that, I think. Her husband walked around, and he was helping us fix some fencing. We had some 6-foot fencing, and I'm 5'2". Right. So he was helping. He was helping. And they just seemed really nice. And I know this may sound odd, but it really did go through my head. I'm like, well, they're either somebody or there's somebody illegal. I don't understand. How do they have, you know what, they were so giving and so, and then she was talking and she's like, yeah, we're back in town until like January or February. And then we go to Florida, and I'm thinking, what the hell? And then my brain clicked, which, you know, sometimes I just don't. And I noticed they're all wearing Chicago White Sox stuff. Every one of them. He had a hat on, everything. And I looked at her and I said, baseball? And she said, yeah, but that's not why we're doing this. I mean, they didn't even care to...
Don't take my picture.
No, we took their pictures.
Well, you did, but it wasn't like put it, you know.
No,
yeah,
it was not.
Cool.
It was, that's not why we're doing it. Well, I didn't know that they were testing places back here to support. They went to another shelter and they did the same thing. That shelter lost their check. Lost it. Not me, mine.
Oh, like they didn't miss out on an opportunity. They literally lost their check.
They lost their check. That's how much they cared about what these nice people were trying to do. Oh my God. Our check was deposited that day.
I bet it was.
And you never lose. Do you get so many checks that you don't know what you did with them? So anyway, we found out later that they decided they wanted to help animals. And Jamie, they went through websites and they picked some that they liked. Yeah. And ours was a very personable. Kim and I did it, and I mean, it was stories, and it was. We tried to make it as personable as possible.
It's not inventory for you on your guys' website.
No.
Yeah.
So that's why they picked our website.
Yeah.
And that's why they picked our rescue. And ever since then, they have supported us. When Mark got his new contract and everything, they asked, hey, if you could, what would be your dream as a shelter or as a rescue? And I said to have our own facility with enrichment, and they donated $1 million.
Oh my God!
To build Hope Rescues, and that's what you saw.
Oh my God!
And
I had no idea.
An amazing facility.
That is that's incredible.
And they are honest to God good people. And each year they donate, because we can't take care of 109 people or dogs with just people. So each year they donate money to pay for 5 staff members.
Wow.
And those staff members work Monday through Friday. And then on Saturday and Sunday, the volunteers come and they work with the dogs and clean their rooms and walk the dogs and play with the dogs.
That's incredible.
And that's how it works. So to this day, 100% of all the donations that come into Hope don't go to payroll. Nobody makes. That is a donation separate from the donations for the dogs.
That is just so incredible. And I mean, really, just let me ask, did you ever expect even close to $1 million or anything like that?
No.
What is your reaction when this happened? Because to me, I'd be like, all right, where's the guy behind me at waiting for me?
Well, we had known them for years by then.
Gotcha.
And so,
where was Hope before? Was it in the same spot, just without this facility, or
no? Oh no!
Okay,
that's
what I was curious about. Okay.
Jamie Burley said you need to find some property and we'll build it. So we were picking places that were for sale, and nothing was good enough. She was concerned about the house. We were like, we'll live in a trailer. We don't care.
Right.
She's like, no, you won't.
That's so
You
cool.
have a house. You need to buy a property that has a good house on it. So that's how we bought that property.
Wow.
And then we hired a company to build it. They filed bankruptcy. It was a big giant. Trust me. We almost went under before we got open.
No way.
Oh, it was terrible.
That's interesting.
We got a recommendation from a contractor. We hired them. We did not know that they were going under until the property got red tagged because they didn't pay for the building permit. Well, why did you give them a building permit without them paying for it? I can't go get a building permit and not pay for it at the time I get it.
Right.
And it was really rough. But what we decided to do, Mark and Jamie, they had contractors in Missouri, but we did not want to do that. We want to take care of local.
Right.
I am a shop local person.
Yeah.
So we hired a local contractor, and that's what happened to us. So then the Burleys had a project manager that helped them build their house and stuff. So they brought her on board, and the people with this contractor that lost their jobs got hired.
That's awesome.
And the project manager from the contracting company who had all the plans, him and their staff got another 8 months worth of work building the rescue.
That's incredible.
So,
do you want to take a quick break?
Sure.
It's 10:50. It's 10:47. I do get paid to do this job.
Yeah, you do.
Why don't we do this? We're going to take a quick break, the last break of the show. We'll come back and talk with Jackie all about the event, how we can still support Hope throughout the year if we can't make it to this one.
Yeah.
And all that fun stuff. You stay there and we'll be here in the studio. RiverBender.com, Roku TV.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu. When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
$10.50. Welcome back. Hope Animal Rescue back in the studio, Jackie Spiker. And it's cool to get the whole kind of before and after, and here we are now. And going into the 17th, there's still tables available, right?
Oh, yeah, we won't sell out. You can prepay for your team on our website, www.hoperescues. Remember, it's like Lay's potato chips, so we never just have one, so it's plural. .hoperescues.com, or .org, I'm sorry.
Hold on real quick here, Jackie. Let's show them that real quick.
Okay,
you can see the
that'd
website
be great.
here. That's on your screen. And there's ways that you can volunteer support, but also you can view some of the adoptable dogs that are available. And look at all that. I love to see that.
That's the one that was starving to death.
Meso?
Right mm-hmm.
Hope coming through again. And Wasabi. We learned that is Crispin's friend.
Yeah, and he is super friendly. We think he's a lab American Staffordshire mix.
Wow. He'll be a big boy then a little bit, right?
Yeah, probably about 50, lab size.
Oh, that's not bad. Well, and then just the bigger thing, though, guys, go to Hope Animal Rescue, and you see this big green button right here. It'll take you where you can donate through PayPal. And whether or not it's a one-time or if you have some money left over at the end of the year, or if you want to do something monthly, those micro donations add up at $25 or $10 or you name it. Uncle Sam's going to love you because you're a 501c3, correct?
Correct.
And, you know, maybe not this year, but for next year's tax filing season, you can get a good jump on it. With that being said, Jackie, 50/50 is over $1,000, you said normally?
Normally, yeah. Yep.
Wow. What are the silent auction items? Because you had some pretty cool raffles and all these things.
Oh, yeah. We have some great things. We've got baseball tickets, soccer tickets, I think hockey tickets, Bella Milano, just all kinds of... There's probably about 30 items. So I can't sit here and go through all of it, but it's quite a bit.
Well, and with that, too, you guys can go to the event listing page, and you can see all of the opportunity, and the sponsors, too. We're going to show them some love right now. I think that'll be good. Give the sponsors some love. You can see that.
If you go to our Facebook, you can see the sponsors for trivia. Oh,
look at that.
You're so smart.
I'm getting good at my job.
You are way good. Holy crap. I didn't even know what you were clicking over there, buddy.
And there's still more. There's Freeman Law Offices, Flat Branch, who's just wonderful. Simmons and Jay Myers, photographer as well. But really just cool to see community members coming together on this. And also, just for a fun night where all your volunteers can have some fun. Because, you know, volunteering at a dog shelter, I'm sure, a rescue, has some fun with it. And with fun has some stresses, and it's good to let the hair down.
It's emotional.
Yeah.
It's emotional. You can't spend 5 minutes with them and not feel for them. Well, and, you know.
Now, I also saw on your website that some of the dogs had lifetime supporters, correct? Or
when you were going to that monthly donation, the monthly donation is you can sponsor a dog for $25 a month. That pays for their food, their vaccines, their flea and heartworm prevention, because that is due monthly.
Yep.
And you can imagine at 109 dogs how much that costs per month.
I can imagine.
We treat them. We are out in the country, so it is very important for them to get their flea and heartworm prevention. And people donate $25 a month. They pick a dog they want to sponsor, and that goes on our website that this dog's been sponsored by this person.
That is such a cool thing.
It is. It's a cool thing, yeah. Well, the zoos do it. You can adopt an animal at the zoo, and they give you your certificate and everything.
And the good thing about this is it's not like stars where everyone has the same adopted star. You can tell.
Right. Yeah, there's the dog.
Trivia starts at 7 p.m. on the 17th, but the doors open at 6 p.m. at the Collinsville is that the Fireman Hall?
Yeah, Madison County Fireman's Hall on Collinsville Road.
And it's really easy to get there. It's a nice venue.
255 at Collinsville Road. That's it.
We'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. This year's theme is game night, though.
Right. So every other round will feature 10 questions about games, and that could be video games, board games, outdoor games, sport games, any kind of games. The rest, the oddball ones, are going to be general trivia.
Yeah.
Like entertainment, pop culture, things like that.
You know, my talent, my hidden one, because I'm a talk show host for all these times, is I have useless tidbits of information, and it shines at trivia.
Oh,
I mean,
where
does.
The heck is your team, buddy? You better get out there. And people dress up too.
Cool.
We'll have whole tables, and everybody at the table will be dressed up like playing. I imagine we're going to see some Clue.
That'll be fun.
Okay.
That'll actually be really cool.
Mario. People will be dressed up. And we give away awards for best dressed team, best dressed person, best dressed table. It's just a lot of fun. We have fun as we do it.
And teams can be 6 to 10 players.
Correct.
No more than 10, and it's $200 per team. Or if you have
$20 per person.
You can't beat it. One thing,
and that includes draft beer till the 7th round.
I was going to ask you, how did you get that?
That is draft beer until the 7th round, just like in baseball. Or because believe me, after the 7th round, people start looking on their phone. And if you argue a question, everybody gets it right. So you really didn't help yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be for the dogs.
That's all it is. It's fun.
We're not making up the questions. We look them up. We get a trivia book, and that's where the questions come from. So it's whatever's in the book.
Yeah. Well, and now Mel's famous grab gas. What's that?
Mel's famous grab bags.
Oh, bags.
Buddy.
Well, it says
you are tired.
Well, no, it says gas on Facebook.
Oh, my God. Well,
I didn't know.
That's a typo.
I thought there was a drink or any. I'm sorry.
Could be. Maybe we'll have to make a drink.
That was what you should do.
That would be funny.
Cocktail
well, now I got to fix that. There's a typo. How come it isn't underlined? I guess because it's a real word. Yeah. Oh, darn.
You know what I did?
That's why we didn't catch it.
I was talking to a coworker and said the F word, and my phone picked it up as I was typing an email, and I sent that out, and I had to send it.
Oh, no.
That was not the right comment.
No.
They thought it was funny.
I just say it was spell check. Yeah. That messed it up.
What are the bags?
Mel collects donated things, smaller things like little calendars, cups, whatever, dog toys, whatever. And she makes these grab bags. And when you come in, I think they're $30 each. She has 30 of them. You get a number, and that's your bag.
Oh, yeah.
They sell out. If you want one of those, you got to get there early because
It is gone?
By 6:30, they're gone.
Wow.
And that's like $1,000 right there.
So, real quick, you can bring all the snacks and food that you want?
Yes, you absolutely can. Soda, coffee is included. And then again, draft beer until the 7th round.
No outside drinks?
None. You will get asked to leave.
Yeah.
And that is because of the liquor laws.
No, it's a big deal.
It's a bar area.
Big deal.
And so you can't bring in outside drinks.
Well, I mean, I just love this. Draft until the 7th round, and really just a great time, too, with a lot of people.
Oh, I know. Where can you go for $20?
Nowhere.
Eat food, mess around.
Have unlimited draft until the 7th round.
Answer some questions for fun.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's really nowhere else you can go to do that.
No.
We do give trophies for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place.
Uh-huh.
And we order them. They're trophies, real trophies. And then the last place team gets a brand new box of ding dongs.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I actually like that. And now, how do we register? Hope Animal Rescue?
HopeAnimalRescues.org.
I will go right there now as we wrap up the conversation.
If you scroll on our front page, if you scroll down.
Okay.
There it is.
Add to cart. Look how
that is super easy.
That's all you do.
That's
you can
it.
Select your team price, or if you're just doing individual tickets.
Correct.
Add to cart. It takes
Correct.
you to PayPal.
And if you come up late and you're like, well, man, Friday night you decide to go Saturday, you don't have to reserve ahead of time. You can show up and pay at the door.
Really cool. Jackie, anything else to talk about for the rescue?
Nope, except for thank you everybody for supporting Hope Animal Rescues, and thanks for adopting.
Absolutely. Jackie, it's always great talking to you.
Thank you.
Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu. When you need a project done right, on budget, and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of freedom, there's never been a better time to show your pride. The Flag Keeper provides everything you need to display your flag with honor, from American state and U.S. Armed Service flags to flagpoles, accessories, and installation kits for homes and businesses across the Riverbend area. Call 618-467-0020 or visit theflagkeeper.com for your free estimate today.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
Welcome back. Daily Show. Ben Julian. Back in the studio. You were on about a month ago, right?
Yeah, I was here about a month ago.
How's life been treating you?
It's been good.
Good holiday season?
Yeah, holidays were good. I'm kind of glad they're over and get back to the normal.
Me too. You know, how's everything been with Precision Point? Staying busy?
Yeah, it's been real good. We've been having classes just about every weekend the last month or so. I have a class coming up tomorrow that's going to be a Wednesday, Thursday class during the week. That's mainly geared towards people who work weekends or shift workers that can't come on a Saturday or Sunday. And then again, Saturday and Sunday, I have another class scheduled. So things have been good. I'm working on an opportunity to possibly work on an indoor range and get some access to it where I'd be renting it, not so much partnering with another company, but I'll be renting a bay where I'll have 6 shooting lanes of my own is what I'm hoping to work out. I'm still working on the details to get that finalized.
That's incredible. Now, for the folks that maybe missed the first time or need a refresher, where do you train out of currently?
So I'm currently out of Bethalto. It's a Bethalto address. I'm out off Fosterburg Road at my home location. I have a classroom in a separate building and then a nice little outdoor range. We have some paper target stands for qualifying for the classes, and then I also have some steel targets and some moving challenge targets to really hone in on your skills and fine-tune things. So.
Well, and you were showing me that you got to have some fun with the class and those steel targets.
Yeah, the class did really well this past weekend, and everybody listened, and they were real safe. So I let them shoot some steel targets, and before class, my son had to annoy me and do some shooting so I could hear him while I was in class. But you can see the video here and take a look. People had a good time.
Till the end. No white flag, no surrender. I'm leaving, no survive.
Oh man, that was cool. I like that.
It's a lot of fun. We enjoy really just practicing different things and different skills. So.
Well, and it seems like you got a good little good setup out there and outside. I like that a lot. You have a cool backdrop too.
Yeah, thanks. We like it. There's a pretty lake out there to look out over, and it's nice. I really enjoy shooting outside when the weather's nice and it's not too cold. So
yeah. Well, and you know, before we really dive into some of the upcoming opportunities, you were telling me that when you came in, because you practice your concealed carry all the time, you know, and
sure,
you actually, I didn't know we had a sign up on the door. What is that even? Is that law? Do you have to disarm after that?
Legally, yes. If the location has the gun sign on the door posted, you have to
abide by it.
Abide by that. So the first time I came into the studio, I saw the sign and I turned around and I went back to my truck and I put my firearm in the lock box in my truck the way it should be appropriately stored, and then I came in the building and respected that sign. But I don't know that a lot of non-law-abiding people would even pay attention to that sign. Yeah. So I guess my whole point is that the law-abiding people that are doing things right and doing things by the law, they pay attention to those things.
I've said it before. It's always my argument. I mean, and like I said, I didn't even know we had a sticker on the door. But I'm right there with you. You know, you can take away all you want from the good guys, but that's not going to hurt the bad guys any. You know, it's just going to make them stronger. No. And it's really, I don't know, man. I feel right there with you on so many things. You know, we were talking about your firearm training and support today, but No, since we're on the two-way topic, I mean, you can try to ban any weapon you want, but at the end of the day, if somebody wants to get their hands on a gun, they're going to, just like they're going to whenever you ban drugs. Drugs aren't legal; they still find a way to do drugs. You know,
Sure.
It's just, and that's not saying shame on them. It's life. It's going to happen.
Correct. Yep.
That's why you need to be trained, and that's where Precision Point comes in. I did this last time. I promise I haven't had a stroke or anything. Precision Point comes in, and you do a lot of different things. Take me through just some of the classes that you offer. I know we talk concealed carry, but we'll circle back and end on that today and talk about upcoming times. What are some of the other ones you do?
So I have a 3-part training program for people that are new or uninformed or want to be more informed. And we start out with basic fake pistols. They're plastic. We do some stuff in training with those and move to a cert pistol, which is a replica of a real pistol, but it shoots a laser.
Okay.
I also now have the ACE XR system, which is a VR shooting system. It uses a weighted pistol, and you put the VR headset on, and you're in your own little space. You can shoot the Terran Tactical course, the Ronin course, special drills. It times your shooting. It shows you where you shoot. It's very realistic. The only thing they can't replicate is the actual recoil on the gun in your hands, but the gun in the virtual reality does recoil, and you have to realign your sights on it too. So we have that, and then like I said, the 3-part program, we work on stuff without any live ammo to get people comfortable and to where they feel okay, and then we work with some actual firearms but with non-live ammo, that they're safe and they know how to handle them safely. And then we move on to the very last 3rd session with doing some actual live fire shooting on the range and showing you how to be even more safe and comfortable. And usually by this point, I can get people where they're not even scared anymore, but they're very respectful and responsible with their firearm.
100%. And, I always find this such a fascinating conversation and topic because, the real world scenario of if and when you have to use your firearm, what's that conversation look like with you and your, because, unless you really have been in that situation, I'm sure it's hard to prepare for that,
And, I've never actually been in that situation, and I hope I never get to that situation, but it's a split-second decision. You have approximately 3 to 5 seconds to make a decision if you should use that to protect yourself. And one thing I teach in my class is if it's even questionable, if you have to think about it, is it worth going to jail? Is it worth certain things? It's not justifiable. And I got told this weekend that maybe I teach things a little different because people had always heard that teachers teach that you should be gung-ho about, and I personally hope I never have to use that aspect of my life in training, but I also do train in case I do have to do that.
Right. Well, I think that's a smart way to do it. I mean, Illinois isn't the friendliest two-way state, and and I'm not saying it's you're going to go to, but if there's a situation that's questionable, you do have to worry about the repercussions, justified or not. And like you said, it goes back into that thought process too.
And there's a lot of repercussions. I mean, not only are there physical and mental, but there's financial, and you are probably gonna go to jail most likely. I almost guarantee you will. Go to jail for a certain amount of time till your lawyer can get there at least.
Yeah, I agree.
So
and that's just, and now you were saying we're saying also with this 3-point system, I also saw on your website that there's a home security assessment. Do you go in and see security?
I can, I'll go in and assess your home and show you entry points and show you how to secure those better.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of this is very simple things, but it's things people don't think about, like alarms. most people with alarms don't actually set them.
Right.
They use pets or children or stuff as an excuse to not set them, but most people aren't actually even setting them. But there's things like old, worn out security stickers. That looks like that was there from the previous owner.
Yep.
And new stickers like that. Some things with your door jambs and striker plates, and reinforcing those can really protect your home more and keep you ultimately from having to have a situation where it's easy for somebody to get into your property.
I like this. I like that a lot. And it's always good to have a second set of eyes on that, too. You also teach family firearm services, correct?
Yes, we're doing some stuff with couples, and we're going to start offering some kids classes. I'm talking to another friend of mine. He's wanting to participate in these, and we think we're going to put them on for free.
That's cool, man.
Just
I like
a few
this.
a year to get kids more involved and show kids gun safety. And I think that's very important to any gun owner if they have children in the house or children that come around, or just anybody, general public. Got the safety and safe storage and things like that is very important.
I completely agree. I mean, you really, I think, the more knowledgeable you can be on, especially a firearm, it helps so much. I mean, that way you aren't scared of it, and because the gun ain't gonna bite you, the person behind it might.
You know, I saw a video, and I wish I would have saved it for you to play. And it was a newscaster, and he said, I set my loaded gun on my table, and it sat there all day. It didn't shoot anybody. It didn't do anything. It was the most well-behaved gun I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. It ain't going to do nothing unless it's activated, you know? And,
correct.
And that's where it goes. I like this, though, because it goes back into just the gauntlet of services you provide. Because, yeah, concealed carry is one of it, and it's very important. And we all, if we're wanting to practice that, need to take that class, but also just the wraparound services. And for all skill levels, too, it looks like, from your website.
Yeah, I really enjoy working with newer people, but I also enjoy working with people that want to make their skills better.
Mm-hmm.
A few weeks ago, I went to the range with two young gentlemen, and one guy was really new. He wanted to try out several different firearms that he was interested in buying.
Mm-hmm.
I, however, happen to have most of the new popular pistols and firearms for people to try out.
Uh-huh.
I worked with him. His friend came along with us. He said he had some experience in shooting, but he was having issues. And I worked with the other fella too. I corrected a few things with his fundamentals and his stance and his grip and how he was holding the gun and pulling the trigger. And within an hour, he really improved his skills and was like,
That's
man,
awesome.
that makes a lot of difference.
Man, it's no different than going golfing and fixing your swing.
Correct.
You know?
I don't golf, so I don't know.
I try to, but
I'm the same way. I tried when I was younger, and I guess I was horrible.
Well, Valentine's Day's coming up too, and couples date at the range will be kind of fun, man.
Yeah, I've got some sessions for Valentine's Day. If people want to book those, I can take you. Me and my wife can both go along. So.
And we're showing you right now, precisionpointarmory.net. That's where you can see all these lists of different opportunities. But I love this, man. And going back into this, concealed carry classes, when are they normally?
So normally they're on a Saturday and Sunday. I am going to try to have one and see how the response goes of having one midweek.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm planning on having 2 weekend classes a month and 1 midweek class a month and 1 renewal class a month.
Well, and, there's so many other opportunities, too, if you already have your concealed carry, if you're experienced, or if you and your, if you have a group that needs a place to train, it looks like you're more than prepared to do that, too, with the tactical performance members and all those other opportunities, too. That would be a little bit more involved.
Sure, yeah. And I'm also gonna offer some holster training stuff where
nice.
People can work with non-live ammo again and their holster, and they can get comfortable with drawing and reholstering and things like that, and clearing their garments. Or a lot of women like to carry in bags or crossbody bags. We're going to work on those things too and see how they go. I don't disapprove of it. I think it costs you a few seconds with a bag, but if you train the way you're going to use it, it can work.
That's true. That's a great point. I mean, you'd know better than I would. You know. Right. With that being said, what else should we talk about for right now, man?
Boy, I'm not real sure.
Talk about all the class. I mean, we pretty much rock and rolled this one.
Right, yeah.
We're getting a repertoire here.
I don't know. I had some really, really good comments this last weekend from students.
Good, man.
On class. One student stated how he liked how I didn't make things political. And that's one thing I like to not do. That stuff can stay elsewhere. We're there to talk about safety and make responsible firearm owners that take safety serious, but I want people to enjoy it and have fun.
Absolutely, man.
And I really saw that this weekend, too, with that lady that was on the video. She was not very enthused to be there Saturday, and I gave them the opportunity to do a little practicing Saturday, and I spent some extra personal time with her to get her comfortable and more familiar with her firearm, which she was not very familiar with. And Sunday morning when she came in, she was bebopping and she had her makeup on and she looked real pretty and she was excited to be there, man. And that made me feel good for the day.
Absolutely, man. Well, I love it. You guys can learn more on how to book your time online at precisionpointarmory.net. Find them on Facebook as well. Precision Point. You can also go to Instagram, too.
Instagram, Facebook. You can call my phone number, 618-779-9947.
It works. I called him.
Yeah, he did. You can text that number. Just tell me who you are, because if I don't know the number, I'm probably going to say, who's this?
Right.
But, yeah, I'm available unless I got my earmuffs on and in the range, or I have a massage today at 1:30, so I'm not going to be holding on to my phone for an hour, but I'll get back to you as soon as possible is what I'm getting at.
That's awesome, man. Thanks for your time.
Yep, thank you.
We're out of it today. I'll see you back here tomorrow for more of our daily show on a Wednesday. Until then, try your best as always to stay out of jail.
Good point.